I'm married. I have a little daughter. The name of my daughter is Ana Carolina. And I love running. I love my city because Vitória is a beautiful place for living. And I think it's little things about me.
Awesome. Welcome again. Nice. It's really nice to have you here. Thanks. And you, João, can you present yourself for us?
Yes. My name is João Pedro Sena. I'm 22 years old and I live in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. I work as a data engineer on a consultant company here in Belo Horizonte. And I want to talk to improve my communication, my confidence, and maybe try to find out a job on a remote position in USA. That's it.
Awesome. It would be great. I hope you'll get this new job soon. And you, Breno?
Hello, everyone. So my name is Breno. I'm 30 years old. I'm videographer and media specialist. So I work with photos, videos, editing videos, and everything like that, especially content for social media. And I've been working with that for about 8 to 9 years. And my wife is still up. She works in the same field, but not the same function. And I have no kids for now, but I wish I could have maybe next year, let's see. And yeah, I'm TALK for about 1 year, maybe, not more than 1 year. But English itself, I've been studying for about 3 to 4 years, like seriously, because before that was every time I started studying English, I stopped, and then it was just on and off all the time. But yeah, I'm from Brazil. I was born in countryside Maranhão, Nordeste, but I'm currently living in Canada, really far from my home. Yeah, and here it's really cold. Nice to meet you guys.
You live at Canada?
Oh, my city is not so popular like Toronto, Vancouver, but I'd say that I'm located in the east. It's not like in the west, but in the east, in the Atlantic. And the main cities that you can find around is Fredericton, because the province I live in is New Brunswick. It's close to Quebec. It's close to Quebec, where people speak French. But here people speak in English, mostly.
How long you've been here? You've been there?
Oh, not much. I arrived here this year. Yeah, but not more than 1 year, few months.
And it was easy to adapt. You adapted.
I'm still adapting, to be honest, because this is going to be my first winter here, and let's see how is it gonna be. But I arrived here in the summer. The summer is between May to July, and then you have the spring, and then fall, and then winter that we are going through now, and then spring.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I think I will like it because I like the cold, since I was a kid, I like cold a lot.
Got it. Thank you so much, Breno. Awesome to know more about you and all of you guys. So a quick introduction about me. I am Ana Laura. I'm 25. I live in Barueri, São Paulo, and I work with quality control in the food industry. I live with my boyfriend. I love, on my free time, I love to read and do some biking. And I will be your host here today. And I'm hosting at TNT since April of this year. So it's not so new for me. It's quite challenging, but I love to be here and to be here with you guys and discuss interesting topics. And that's all. So A quick introduction about how TNT works as well for those who will be watching us at YouTube and other platforms. TNT is like a community when where we came here to communicate in foreign language, like not just English, but also Spanish, Italian, and French, I believe, yes. And let me see, the live meetings are not regular classes. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to correct anyone. There's no material or homework. We're just here to have a nice chat, to practice our speaking in order to build confidence and achieve fluency, right? And that's all. But if you're interested to know and purchase some classes, you can go to our website and see all the available options, okay? And for now, I believe that's it. I'm here today with João, Breno, and Katiana. We're going to talk about wildlife protection, okay? And let's jump into the questions. Katiana, could you read for us the question number 1 and give us your answer, please?
Yeah. When do you hear the expression wild animal, which one first comes to your mind? What is its habitat? I think when I listen these things, I think it's a jungle animal, because sometimes I see the people have the different kinds of pets, like a lion, like a python. For me, it's very strange animal for stay with you at home. I think it's very different, because the habitat of these animals essential, it's in the forest, in the jungle. For me, it's this.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have some people with like different pets, like monkeys and snakes, and I was like, oh, why you don't have a bird or a cat or a dog? Like there are so many of them getting to be adopted, like and you take these animal that should be at the wild, right? I agree with you, Katiana. And you, João?
Very different.
Yes, it's strange. What about you, João?
When I listen about wild animals, like the first animal that's come to my mind is lion and tiger. Like, I remember when I saw documentaries on Discovery Channel about like the wildlife, and I don't know how they filmed this, because like they filmed the perfect scene about a lion like catching some zebra. I forget how to say zebra, but yeah, and I think the habitat is mostly the Africa. I think because it's more preserved than other civilizations. So I remember lion on my first try.
Got it. Yeah, I believe that their habitat, you could say maybe savanna. I don't know if this African savanna. I don't know if this. I'm not so sure if it is correct, but I will search it. And you, Breno, which is the first?
I would say I was about to say lion as well as João, but then I think twice, and I'm gonna choose an animal that is common here where I live, because it would be fun for you guys to know. And just for your information, João, zebra is zebra. It's the same name, so you did right. Just change the pronunciation, but yeah, you was right. Yeah, here where I live, we have different animals from Brazil. And the first one that I would mention is deer, because we have a lot of deer here where I am located. And their habitat are normally deep woods, but they are easily to find crossing roads, and they are also easy to find in backyards. Yeah, like home backyards. It's fun to use them.
What's the name? The animal name?
Deer, Deer. Veado.
Really? It's
Oh, so
common
cool.
to find.
Yeah, it's really easy to find. You cannot find it like every day, but some days you can find them just crossing the roads or in your neighborhood, just like some cows or jumentos in Brazil, you know? Yeah, especially where I'm from, Nordeste, you sometimes you find some jumentos on the street, so it's the same here, but with deer.
Okay, and with that big horns, like
Yeah, sometimes they have
the
big, yeah, it depends on the, if it's male or female. But yeah,
oh, got it.
they're really slim
Oh,
and with big horns. Some of them doesn't have big horns, but they are, yeah, they're really interesting species. I like them.
I
It's
have
always nice to see.
seen I have seen some videos of I believe that in US and Canada about beers as well. Beers like urso at the backyards of the people as well. It's common where you live. Have you heard?
Not that much because where I live is in a part of Canada that we just have the black beers, which is the smallest species of beers. But yeah, sometimes you can find them around, but it's even harder than deer, for example. But you can easily find some beers around. Yeah, for sure.
Got it. Really interesting. Thanks, Breno. Let me see. For me, when I was writing down this question, the first animal I thought it was like onça here at Brazil. Jaguar, I believe that you can see in English. And it's the same. It's a synonym. But I was thinking about the onça and their habitat is like not Amazon forest, Atlantic forest, right? They are more common here at southeast and I forgot how to say that direction, centro-oeste of the Brazil, right? And yeah, I was thinking about this animal specifically. And so let's go. Question number 2. Let me see. João, could you read for us? And
Yes. Does your country struggles with wildlife loss? What are some of its major causes? Yeah, I think this answer is classic. I think I don't know about the animal because tropical area is like so diversity, but logging is the main reason of the cause of wildlife loss. I think a classic Brazilian animal is tucano. That is a loss. It's not a loss yet, but I think it is in risk. That's it, guys.
yes, you brought an important topic like logging. It's a huge problem here at Brazil. And you, Katiana, can you think of other causes of wildlife loss?
Um, I think when I think about this, I remember the bird arara azul, and this kind of animal. It's very it's a very small population in Brazil, and I think it's because the the place, the forest and the jungle where this kind of animal needs for living stay in reduce the place. And I remember this bird because it's a very beautiful bird. Arara azul is very beautiful, and this kind of animal needs a very tall tree for living and put your eggs. And if I saw in a documentary in the National Geographic, it's very different, and you don't have this kind of place more in Brazil. You have, but this place it's is small now.
Yes, yes, unfortunately. Thanks, Tatiana. And you, Breno?
Yeah, that's really sad about Brazil. We have lots of species that are about to be extinct. But I would like to bring two species that I have uh, any special feeling about. But of course, I'm not an expert. I was just doing a little search on internet about it. And then here where I live, for example, we have the Atlantic uh, whale. I think it's whale that we pronounce. Yeah. WHALES, whale. So we have this Atlantic whale that they are just about 400 species alive. So they are threatened and endangered. On the other hand, we have other species of whales that they are still in a number of 10,000 or normally 20,000, on seas, in the seas. But this species, specifically the Atlantic whale, is just 400. And I also I saw that on WWF, the organization. And I also would like to mention the polar bear, because polar bear, I like to see some documentaries on Netflix, for example. And because of the climate, they are, losing their homes because their homes are the Atlantic or the polar, the South Polar. I'm not sure if they are located in the South Polar, but let's just say that it is. And then it's so sad to see those documentaries, that they are losing their homes. The glacial homes are uh, um, sweating. Let me see, melting. The ice, they are melting, so they are about to be extinct really soon too, because they live in the cold. They don't live, in another environment.
Yeah, yeah, I have seen some of these documentaries about the polar and the animals that lives at on the ice, right? And because the ice is melting, I saw some that was showing not just about the polar bears, but also about the walrus. It's like Marsa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing right. It's just like that. Walrus, Marsa. And it's really sad. They can't, or they die of exhaustion because they can't swing anymore or hungry, and it's really sad. But Breno and Tatiana, João was mentioning about the logging, like a cause of their habitats. Can you think about any other cause?
No, I don't remember.
No? And you, Breno?
Calls for what kind of animal?
Oh, not any specific, like in general.
A cause for they became threatened.
Yes. Why are they getting endangered?
Oh, some of them are still, of course, the main reason, the major reason is the human, because the human, but being more specific, I would say that the humans, the man still hunts a lot without too much regulations, and in some countries, not in all countries. And second is not about the climate itself, but for example, for the turtles they are dying because we are putting too much trash on the seas. So it's a second cause as well.
Yes, you know that you said it all. It's all about human activities. Like you brought an important thing that I would like to mention about illegal hunting. I thought about when I was writing this question about roadkill, when a vehicle hits an animal. Here in Brazil is very common because the areas where these animals live, they are not really protected. They are exposed. They are cut. There are so many roads that goes through an area, right? And and fires. Well, in the beginning of the year, we were having so many fires, unfortunately. And that was the things that I would wanna.
Of course, people try to adapt sometimes some behaviors. For example, we as humans, we are trying to switch the napkins, the plastic napkins, for paper napkins. And yeah, it's a good and smart way to save, for example, the turtles, because they eat the turtles. The turtles eat the napkins, so they die because of it. But yeah, we in fact, I would say that a better and wisely way to deal with it is avoid to use too much plastic cups, but have your own cup with you all the time and try to use it as much as you can.
Yes, definitely, I agree with you. Thanks, Breno. And let me see. Oh, I want to know from you guys about question number 4. This one is interesting. Katiana, could you read for us and give us your answer? What do you think about it?
The question number?
4.
4, okay. And if we can bring an extinct animal from the past back with genetic engineer, should we do it? Which animals should we bring back? I disagree with these things, because I think you have the limit for some things, and these things for me it's very dangerous. Sometimes I see in the television and the pictures about the mammoth in the cold areas in the Russia, and the scientists study more about the genes of mammoths and other kinds of animal. And I think it's not this kind of thing. I disagree completely, because I think it's very dangerous. You don't have a limit for these things. And but for the other hand, when you thinking about, for example, the one animal, I don't remember the name of animal. It's extinct in a few decades ago. But I remember these things of mammoth, because I say, yes, it's very crazy. You don't have predators for the mammoth. This man is very insane, like a dinosaur. For me, this kind of things needs the limit for do.
Thanks, Tatiana. I believe that I agree with you, but let's hear from the guys. Let's hear from João. What's your opinion about it?
I don't understand as much as Katiana about this technology, about like this danger about this, but just for like the dynamic here, I will say dinosaur for sure, and mainly the dinosaur who flies, and I forget his name, but I found so awesome, like so awesome, a big dinosaur flying on the sky like an airplane. Oh, I think that would be great. And hopefully far from me. Okay, so because maybe he will eat me. So I would love to watch on Discovery, for example, dinosaur flying. It would be nice.
Got it. So you approve like creating a Jurassic Park, but you wouldn't visit.
Yes, yeah, that's it. You get the point.
Got it. And
Really,
you,
really far
Breno?
from me.
Yes. And you, Breno? What are your thoughts about it?
I was trying to search the name of the animal because I don't even know in Portuguese, to be honest, but they're like a tiger. They're really like a tiger, and they are from the prehistoric ancient too, the ancient times. They look like a tiger, but with huge teeth, tooth, real big, and they are awesome. I will try to remember, or if I find the name, I will try to put here. But they are from the same area, and maybe let me see. Let me see if it's pterodactyl.
No, it's not like
pterodactyl. Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Cyber
know what
tiger.
to
Let me
say
see.
in English. Please search for us.
Yes, it is cyber tiger. Exactly. He's awesome.
Cyber tiger. Yes. So, thanks, Brenda. For me, I am like on the same page as Katiana. I would believe that it would be awesome to see some of these animals like alive, but I'm not so sure. It must be studied in a deep way, like what could be the impacts, because she mentioned something interesting, like these animals, they lived a long time ago, and maybe now if we bring them back, they unbalance like the whole system, maybe, and it's possible to maintain them captivated I don't know, because it's complicated. But I agree with Katiana. It could be dangerous, not just for us, but to the other animals, you know. But yeah, it would be nice to see a dinosaur in real life or a cyber tiger, but I'm not so sure if it would be the a good thing. So let's see. Okay, this one I wanna know your opinion. Breno, could you read for us question number 5?
Do you think humans need other animals besides than just to feed? Why or why not? I'm not sure if I get that. Do you think humans need other animals besides than just to feed? Than just themselves? Do you mean?
Yes, like
Do you mean domestic animals or something like that?
yes,
no.
like something on that way. Where do you think that humans just need other animals to eat them, or there we can you know, maybe leave them in a different way? Like I was trying to bring like the vegan or vegetarian thing
Okay.
about
Okay.
but also the what you mentioned about domestic animals.
I'd say it's a polemic question because it's full of ideology in both sides, but I would say more in the vegan and vegetarian side than the opposite because okay, it's so common to hear that we are meat eaters since the prehistoric and since the ancient times. So it's natural for us to eat meat because yeah, it's on our genetic, and I'm not aware of any population or tribe that they just eat vegetables, for example, for living. They eat at least fish. I'm not aware of any of tribe or civilization that are not that they are vegetarian, for example. So nowadays this topic is really strong, and I would say that people has different motivation to start a new way, a new lifestyle related to that. Some of them, as I was saying, are just animal friendly because they like animals. So they have domestic animals and they believe that the other animals like pigs and cows and everything, every animal like that, they are in the same level or of domestic animals. In the other hand, we also have the ones that believe that eating animals alone is not good for the environment, because the industry of meat, they pollute a lot, and and it's a massive danger for the whole world. So I would say that you have these two main motivations.
Yes, you're correct. It's a polemic question. I thought that would be nice to bring this topic, maybe a little bit polemic to spice our conversation. But yeah, you pointed a lot of interesting and important topics. Let's hear from the other guys. And you, João. What's your opinion?
That's a tough one. I'm not entering the vegan and vegetarian aspect of the question, but I'm trying to talk a little bit about the utility reason that we use animals besides to eat. So we eat animals, okay, but we need them to, we can use them to make company and like to do some jobs on agriculture area, or like for mobility reasons we use animals all in human history. So I found that's it. We for sure we need other animals for mobility, for agriculture, primitive technology, and nowadays for company. I think the contemporary use of animals nowadays is mainly for company, and because like we see on animals, mainly dogs or cats and some domestic animals, this mirror of ourselves, and we love the company, even for some people more than humans company. And so nowadays is like a little bit different from the past, from the utility reason that we used to do. I think that's it.
Awesome. I loved your answer. Yes, I let this open thing about this question. I was not thinking just about the vegan topic, but also of these other things that animals were used and still are used for. And oh, where is Katiana? I was about to ask her. Maybe she had to leave, have some problems. But yeah, I was thinking also about domestic things, domestic animals. And interesting that you mentioned, João, about in the past, the importance of animals helping us in agriculture, right? Milk as well, right? We do not just eat their meat, but other things that they produce. I was thinking about the bees as well, their importance, like honey we eat, but they are very important for pollination, the process. Like we can do it with technology, but in the past it was just them, almostly them and some birds, right? I was thinking about these other topics as well. I believe that we have time for one more question. Let's see. Breno, about question number 6. This one is easy. Can you?
Have you ever visited a zoo? How was your experience? What are the pros and cons of zoos? I visited a zoo when I was a kid. It was the only single time I was there. It was in Fortaleza, Ceará. I went there with my family. My dad took me there, and I was expecting to see. It's funny because I was expecting to see the animals that I used to watch on cartoons. For example, woodpecker. You know, the pica-pau and let me just try to remember the name of this animal right here. No, it's not there. Gambá, you know. I tried to translate, but they give me another name that it's not right, because yeah, I've heard differently name for gambá. So yeah, gambá, and so I just saw some animals that were not from North America, common in North America. I don't know why, probably because the weather, they would not adapt very well. And I would say that adapting is one of the first main issues and concern that I have about zoos, because they are not supposed to live in that conditions, especially because the weather. I say that they may suffer a lot because the weather. Some of them that are bought from other countries, for example. Uh, and besides that, I would say that it's a real expense, because we cannot imagine how is the how expensive it would be to maintain a zoo, for example, because those animals need to eat every day, and some of them eat a lot, like the lions, you know. So this is a second concern, because economically it would be better if they live in their habitat and we have the chance to go like in a safari or something like that. So I'm not a vegetarian or activist, but if I would be, would be my first idea. I would become a activist against zoos, because I don't like zoos at all. I know that for some people it's okay, but for me it's not. I know that for some people they might have lots of ideas why or reasons why we should keep the zoos, because it would be good for, you know, knowing the species, and good for schools and colleges and universities. But I would say that today we have internet, you know, and if you if you really need to do a research with an animal, you can, you know, go to another country through the university. They should give you some incentives and money to do that, instead of, you know, paying for zoos. You know, it's a long story, but I'm not good with it. I don't like it.
Mhm. Got it. I see your point. Now let's hear from João. Have you ever visited a zoo? Did you like it?
I remember I visited a zoo like a few times, just a few times. I remember I visited on Disney, but never in Brazil, on my city. Well, I think the pros of the zoos is that some zoos like protect some extinct species and try to reproduce the field that exists. I think that's really cool. I think I'm not a specialist, but I think that's a real protection. And there is some people that are working these type of zoos that really worry about animals and love animals for sure. And I found that really interesting, because they treat animals like animal broke the leg or the wind, and try to protect and reproduce these animals to protect the real environment on the city or the area. And I think the cons is that some zoos don't work like that, and the animal, I think, get in jail, and just for the reason to entertain humans. And I think that we have best ways to entertain humans. I found myself is like so much better watch Discovery Channel on and watch the animals like on the real habitat, on the natural habitat, and do the real things, like do what they means to do, then go to the zoo and watch in the jail. Like, it's not cool, and the animal is like in the jail. So that's better ways to entertain humans than zoos. And I think zoos are a good thing when there is a protection and a real means to protect the species and the animals at all. I think that's the main reason to exist the zoo.
Yes,
if you pay attention when you go to a zoo, the animals are not like in their real behavior, right? They are always sleeping sometimes and tired and sad, so they are not the real animals. So that's not, so true about zoos, about the animals, the way they live. Maybe a good idea would be, I know it's a lot of work. It would be a lot of work, but it would be nice if they get an animal and use in the zoos for a period of time, like 2 months maximum, and then they switch for another animal that comes, something like that would be better. Well, it would be an option, but I still don't like.
Yes, as you mentioned, João, I strongly agree with you. You nailed it. But Breno brought an important question. Like, usually when we see these animals at zoos, mostly they are sleeping. I believe
stressed.
that yes, of course. But I believe that the main point of the zoo would be like replicate their habitat and not just feed them and put them on a shelf so we can see them, but give them activities, like so they can play, they can walk, and try to replicate at the maximum point that their habitat, so they can have a good life. But João mentioned something really important, that some zoos have these programs of reproduce endangered species and injured ones, animals that if we put them again at the wild, they will not survive because they can't hunt anymore or climb, and because they are injured. So I believe that there are zoos and zoos, they have their importance, but many of them still need to get better at providing a good life and welfare of the animals. Guys, unfortunately, we are running out of time. I would like to keep this conversation going for so long. I love to talk with you guys, but I will have to close the meeting soon. Here are some links on the chat. The first one is for you guys, send your feedback. It's anonymous, you can go there and give a feedback specifically about me as a hostess. And you can do better this on that. Or if you wanna discuss some topic in the future, and I would like to discuss this thing. Give me some ideas if you can. It would mean a lot for me. And let's see. The second one is to TNT's website, and the third one is to this live at our YouTube channel. So you can go there, hit the like button, subscribe at TNT's channel, would mean a lot for us. And that's all. I hope you guys have enjoyed and have a great rest of the week. Okay? See you guys next week, same time. Okay? Thursday.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.